Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Talking Sports A to Z. This week, we talk about the MLS and the NBA down in Florida getting their seasons started or going towards starting soon. We're going to talk about golf, a great few tournaments last few weeks, and I'll give a few bets of mine for the Memorial this week and Tigers coming back. And then we're going to go over a lot more just based on the sports coming back. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Sports A to Z. It's been a little hiatus for us, but we're back. How's it going, Drew?
What's going on, man? A little bit of hiatus. Took a little break of the pod, but past couple of days I've been itching to get back on the airways with you. So I'm glad to be back. Some sports are trickling back more and more into our world, so things are trending in the right direction. I think very cautiously optimistic about how everything's going. But how have you been in the past couple of weeks since we last spoke?
Not bad. Same old, good 4th of July. I've been playing golf pretty much every day. So the game's starting to take some form here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've golfed a few times, but I'm sure your swing is looking a lot better than mine. Any courses that kind of stand out that you played at?
I mean, I've mostly just been at my home course playing here, but I'm actually going on a little mini golf trip next week to Long Island. We're playing Bethpage, not sure which one yet, probably not Black yet. And then a little practice round at the course where the Barstool Classic is in August that I'm playing in. So that'll be fun. What
is that classic that you're playing with, like, for Barstool?
It's the Barstool Classic. Like, Riggs from 4Play Pod started it, and they have I think it's like 15 to 20 different tournaments, and then the top 6 from each one make it to the finals at Pinehurst. It's a partner event, so it's best ball, and then it's half handicap. So, we got a shot. We'll see. We're getting in a practice round at a private course, so not a lot of other people are going to get that.
That's going to say a lot
with the head or the assistant pro. So,
all right. That's going to say a lot about how you guys do. So, wishing you the best. But we're going to get to some good golf talk later in the pod. But I think what's pressing is the kind of the sports that are happening right now that are down in some just crazy, unique situations. So the NBA, all the 22 teams have reported to the bubble down in Orlando on the ESPN Worldwide Sports Campus. And the MLS actually is doing their MLS is Back Tournament Cup. I think 2 teams, Dallas and Nashville, are both opting out to not play in it, but the rest of the league is participating. And what have you seen from that so far? And maybe what are your thoughts with the no fans in attendance? I feel like they're choosing to do the natural sound, so we're actually able to hear the athletes communicate amongst themselves rather than what the English Premier League is doing with the fake kind of pumped-in noise.
Pumped-in noise, yeah.
Yeah, how have you thought it's been going so far?
Well, I hate to break it to our boy Mike, but I have not watched MLS, but I have looked at clips online. I've seen stuff, and I think that, even just from golf starting with the no fans, it's all been this kind of thing that we just have to accept at this point because that's what's going to happen. And I think it's crazy that so many cases came up in that one game of the MLS, which is a cause for concern, but I think that we all knew this was going to happen eventually in all the sports. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens in the NBA, but if you're having 2 teams quarantine, it's there's ways to work around it. And I think that it's an ongoing process and evaluation, from commissioners, teams, players, everything. So, but, to jump on the NBA thing, I think it's just cool. I think it's just cool now that we have social media. Like, imagine this without social media, it wouldn't be as much fun. You're getting all these videos of these players fishing and doing random shit, like this. A shout out to, I don't know if you follow them yet. Hold on. Where is it? NBA Bubble Life. Have you followed them?
No, but everyone keeps tagging.
You have to follow them. Shout out to these guys. They're pretty much reposting all different stuff from the bubble, and that's where I'm seeing all this stuff that's just like that Ben Simmons fish thing was cracking me up. Couldn't even throw a fish in a pond. But
the Bobby and Luka.
They're like reuniting their video with Tobias Harris at the top, and he's just like, Dobie. I
Yeah,
love them.
Bobby has a new best friend,
I
Luca.
legitimately like they need to like they should have made this like a reality TV show. Like
Oh
this
my
is just
God, it would
incredible.
have been too easy. But even I agree though, it's been awesome seeing the players. JJ Redick in his post practice
Beer chugging,
beer
shotgunning
chugging.
beer.
Myers Leonard's big goofy ass doing a chug as well. But even things like Matisse Thybulle, the rookie on the 76ers, how he's doing like his own vlog now. And I mean, why wouldn't you? If I have that much time on
Yeah,
my
I
hands,
mean they're all posting and doing this
yeah.
anyways.
And it's a great way for them to be like taking advantage of this time. And I agree. I think the content around these teams and the leagues down in the bubble is going to be awesome, but it's still just such a crazy
It's
time that,
crazy and it's weird. It's just like
oh,
it's
totally.
absurd. It's like you're watching like pro athletes. Like you played basketball growing up. I played hockey. It's like us on like we used to go to stay away tournaments where we'd stay
Oh
in a
yeah,
hotel. It's like that. And
it's
we used to
big,
like play. They've been making jokes about when the NHL does this. They're coming up soon. Is like we used to go on like tournaments. Like we used to play in Albany. We used to play at different places in Canada, and we would stay in a hotel with our team, and like the other teams would be in the same hotel, and we'd go like rent out a conference room and play knee hockey. It's like like imagine these NHL players like that's literally what they're going to be living. So
right.
it's just
Man,
like that travel atmosphere. It's funny.
manhunt in the hotel hallways, going from the lobby to the fifth floor, all that stuff. No, it is funny. It's like the best AAU tournament in basketball.
Yeah, it's the best AAU tournament ever.
It's crazy, but you the story in the MLS that like the amount of players on those two teams specifically that were about to play against each other that tested positive or the test that came back inconclusive, it was alarming to see just how like quickly into their restart that many players were testing positive in just those two teams. So it's like that. I feel like that's the harsh reality of just how bad it could get that
Yeah, it's
quickly.
like we knew that would happen eventually. It's just I think the thing that I mean I'm no fucking scientist, but or in the medical field, but I think that like in the beginning you're coming from all different places. I feel like that makes it more of a possibility to have a quick outbreak like that. I don't know. Maybe people come into the bubble and they don't know they have it yet and it's been sitting in there kind of thing, but don't take my word
Totally.
for,
No, I mean,
but it
I'm
just
not.
makes more sense.
I'm not an expert either, but I also do think that like if that is the case, uh, it could end quickly. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
I just think like, and you saw today the Rockets player. The Rockets actually had two straight bad news
Yeah.
things going. So earlier in the day, Bruno Caboclo, some
G League legend.
yeah, just G League legend, but like a reserve on their NBA team, already broke the quarantine rules. He left the bubble, and
Stupid.
now it actually feels like a jail for the kid because now he is confined to his hotel room
Yeah, but that's his fault.
for 8 days. No, but he did it to himself. But
Yeah.
everyone was like the haters about this whole concept were saying you're holding these players hostage and
Oh
but
my
no,
God. They're in a
right,
fucking resort in Disney. They're not in like a Motel 6, although Rajon
right.
Rondo thinks they were, but that's a different
Yeah,
story.
and I agree that everyone that was saying the living conditions are unbearable. It's just like
Oh,
no,
fuck
they're on
off.
one of the best resorts in the world, and you have amenities at all times, the best food at all times. Like yeah, it's not totally ideal, but it's also not jail. But now that you have a Bruno Caboclo about a week into this, and he's already just breaking the one main rule, it's like fuck off. Like you
You
can't be
can't
that
teach stupid
stupid.
sometimes.
Right.
Like, sorry, but like, it's just like, okay, you're confined to a bubble, but the bubble is fucking incredible. Like, you're there for a reason. Like, you should be smarter. You're seeing guys out there fishing, playing ping pong, throwing like,
And
playing.
then at the end of the day, Alex, it's like sorry that for 4 months you have to feel like your sport that you play is more of a job than it is a sport.
When it is your fucking job and you're getting paid
But
millions.
at the end of the day, this is your livelihood, and this is what is supporting your family. So just fucking tighten the belt strap and just get it done and follow the rules. Like, you stay on the fucking bubble. Like, I don't know what to say.
It's really not that difficult.
Yeah, and
it's not difficult.
And it's gonna be annoying if we see Giannis or LeBron totally break it, because then all hell could break loose. But I do think that
I doubt that's going to happen. Those guys are fucking committed.
I doubt it too. So in a way, it's like, Bruno, you fucked up, but also if there's going to be a player that fucks up, let it be Bruno Caboclo.
I mean, he did it to himself, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I guess good thing it's now and not during the middle of when they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. So what other things about that bubble? So I know that we have a couple friends down there, Mike Garabedian, running social for the MLS, but then Maddie Quisenberry doing kind of a bunch of different things on the content side. How would you feel being down there? Because I have a feeling that everyone involved, from custodial staff to front office exec to Maddie.
I mean, they're all in the mix with everyone.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like everyone's just going to eventually just be together and communicating with one another. So is that an exciting thing, that if someone came to your doorstep saying, here, you can do this right now? Or is it more like, man, 4 months, that's a long time?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. It's crazy. I just remember talking to the people that are down there before they were going, talking about like, oh my God, like this long. But it's also like, first of all, it's you're in there covering the NBA, but this is also like unprecedented. All right, let's speak. Unprecedented. This is like an event that like may never happen again and hasn't happened before. So it's like very cool. It's a unique experience to be down there, whether you're covering it on social or you're playing or you're even just working at the freaking hotel staff. Like it's just a cool event. It's weird. It's different. Like everything that comes from this is like very weird and unsettling in some parts.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's freaking cool. And I just really hope that we, get through the season with no issues.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And what I do also have to say is I agree that if the opportunity was there, I think I would take it. I love the idea of like saying that you were a part of something that will most likely never happen again, God willing.
I mean, yeah, it's sick. I mean, I still, to this day, I still talk about my internship at the Olympics, because it was just like, that's a thing that
I would too.
This will never happen again. This doesn't happen every 4 years.
Yeah, totally. But something that's exciting is that I feel like the marketing that's going into kind of the brands that are putting money efforts toward the in-game commercials for when the MLS games are on, or just the companies that are pushing their marketing toward the NBA restart and the conversations around that. I feel like that if the MLS continues to do well, yeah, you have some troubling cases with certain teams, but in general, the tournament is going well so far. And if the NBA gets off to a really good start, it's these companies, these teams and leagues are just chomping at the bit to just quickly get back to normal. And I'm excited for, if this goes well, for where our industry is going to go very quickly soon.
I do have to ask though, when that schedule came out of like times and stuff, how excited are you for August Madness?
Oh my God. Well, we already talked about it and we don't have to hash out.
But it's ridiculous. The NHL is doing the same thing too. It's going to be like, dude, my golf game's going to suffer. I'm not going to get out on the course. I'm going to have to play at 6 a.m. But if I can miss on these games,
I'm going to gain 15 pounds because I'm not going to be leaving my couch.
I'm going to have pizza and wings every day and watch. Literally, I'm going to have to set up 2 TVs with hockey and basketball. It's going to be a mess.
It's been clutch because I know it sounds like you haven't been too tuned into the MLS restart, but I've been watching those games and they're doing a good job of having a game in the morning. They have a 9 a.m.
Yeah, I did see that because I know the NHL and NBA were like had games starting at like noonish,
Noon,
going
yeah.
through to
So,
like
but
9 or 10. Yeah.
that's even more to the dangerous level of couch killing because it's
Oh, I
going
already got my schedule in my head. 7 a.m. tea time. Get back for the noon game. I have 2 TVs set up when the NHL is going on too, and I don't leave until 11:30.
literally just crank the air conditioning.
So much gambling. Oh my god.
But yeah, speaking of gambling, um, where are you in terms of the NBA coming back? I know you love the Lakers still, but with the
Mhm.
Rajon Rondo injury, with the Avery Bradley news that came out in the last
Yeah,
couple,
but they got JR.
they do have JR.
They
So
got Pipe God.
you do. So are you still confident in that pick?
I mean, I still have money on it, so I hope it happens. But like, I mean, I still think the Lakers are going to win it, but that's also like me saying I have no fucking clue what's going to happen the next couple of months because some teams could be rusty, some teams are going to catch fire. It's going to be so ridiculous that like I think betting futures right now for the title, unless you're betting one of the favorites like the Lakers or the Bucks, is kind of either dumb or very smart if you're taking an underdog because literally anything can happen.
Yeah, no, it's an exciting time for like the gambling industry because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like any type of gambling fan can make an argument that sounds semi okay. Like
I've done
the
this with my
Rockets
friends. My
homers.
friends will. This is when sports were happening. Like they'd be like, "Who should I take tonight?" And I will screw with them and tell them who not to take and try to give them an argument. They'll be like, "All right, all right." And before they put it in, I'm like, "No, that's not who you should take." But I just convince you that I can convince you of anything. Apparently.
Yeah, yeah, no, and all the different types of fans, like the Celtics homers are coming out of the woodwork. The Clippers are like, now is our time to turn it on. So like everyone and anyone
Yeah,
that is down there are high hopes. So
I'm
it's cool
excited.
in it's cool in that regard.
I'm
But
debating the first few days of taking every single under because people are going to be rusty, but knowing
yeah,
that, watch, they're just going to make every shot. But I
that
really think that
or
taking unders is going to be a good bet to start.
yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. I feel like
But life's too short to take the unders, so I don't know.
I'm kind of conditioning myself to expect like immediate 60-point games out of Harden because I feel like the defense isn't going to be as lockup. And
That's the other side of it is like these great players are going to just score at will.
and they're fresh. So it's like if you told me LeBron is going to come out and do 40, 15, and 12 in his first game, or he's going to come out and do like 22 and 6, I'd be like, yeah, to both of them because it could either be like he's fresh and peaking, or it's like, oh, wait, this is how a basketball feels again.
Also, that's how good LeBron is that you can be like, yo, he's going to do like 22 and 6, and that's like a fucking horrible game.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm pumped. I think that the stars are going to immediately come to
Shine.
play. I think the rust is going to start to show if like the Quinn Cooks and the, you know, just the role
Wow.
players.
Ricochet shot at Quinn Cook.
I was thinking
Wow,
of the
dude.
Lakers. Yeah,
Oh, bro, he's not even here to defend himself. That was mean.
you're
You didn't even list a second guy.
another G League alum.
Jeez,
um,
tough
but
break
I
there.
think I think I make a good argument of just like
No, I know what
the
you mean. The
marginal guys that
mhm.
typically, in a championship run, it's like, oh, this guy had made a crazy impact, and if he wasn't there, they wouldn't have won. But now it's
Like if
they
the Warriors are in this, you're not having Sean Livingston go off. That kind of
right.
thing.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, then you're going to get a lot of top heavy play, and it's going to be interesting when these guys get tired. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So being tired, I bet Collin Morikawa, we're switching over to golf. The 23-year-old
Look
was
at that
on absolute
transition,
fire.
bro.
How about that?
Ah, ha, ha.
I mean, he can't be tired because he must still be grinding on that high of winning that third PGA tournament in his young career. But
Second.
Just second?
Yeah,
I thought I
second.
saw third. Okay,
No,
second.
he almost won through, what was it, the first restart. He almost won, but he lost in the playoffs. So this was a second.
Okay, so
But it
second,
was his first stroke play tournament. The first one was in stable for format, which is you get points based on what you score. But, I mean, he
okay.
would have won that anyways. So
Cool, but yeah, it's another young, promising golfer that we have in the sport. I know you were watching every single hole this tournament. Why don't you take us through that playoff? Because the Justin Thomas birdie to start it off, and then to have Collin come and hit one of his own, that was crazy. But a few good weeks in a row of golf, which has been
yeah.
tiding us over.
Yeah, I mean, just because we haven't talked since then, Bryson winning last week was awesome. Bulked up Bryson finally getting that win. The win after he's been bulked up and changing his game. So that was pretty sweet. Bet on it, no big deal. And then Morikawa this week, also bet on it, no big deal. So these young slew of players between Morikawa and Wolf and Hovland are just studs, and you're seeing them at the top of the leaderboards in their second season on tour. Collin Morikawa now has 2 wins, and he has 1 missed cut in his career, which is just absurd.
Wow.
Those are Tiger numbers, and the consistency is always there, which is just crazy. And the fact that he was going up against the guy JT's been the killer the last few years. He's been the guy that just is nails. And to go up, not only having JT miss that par putt on 18 to win, and then they go to the playoff, and the battling back, he was 6 under on Sunday. So he had to battle back in. JT had a 3-shot lead, I believe, going to Sunday. So he had to battle back. And the fact that he goes into the playoff, this was absurd. They go back to 18. They both hit it right. Morikawa's I believe he was in the bunker, and JT's in the rough. And JT puts it on the left side of the green. The green's towards the front right. Yes, I remember everything. This is absurd. And Morikawa puts it right behind. He's got a little downhill putt, but it's about 15-ish, 20 feet. And you're like, okay, Morikawa's going to try and make this birdie because JT's not going to birdie. He's like 50 feet away. He's got 2 slopes to deal with, going downhill and then back up. There's no fucking way. And then JT just drains it with all that emotion. Like, you saw him. It was absurd how crazy he went. And then Morikawa just nails, makes it no big deal. They go back, they par, they go back, and then Morikawa on the third playoff hole when they went back to 10, just put his what he put that iron shot 10 feet away or something and made birdie. So it's just like absurd. He's 23 and he is playing out there with that kind of confidence. And I do have to say that he's got to be one of the best ball strikers on tour right now. His irons are just perfect.
I think that's what I heard. Just to be transparent, I didn't watch too much of this past weekend's tournament, but so far in this restart for the golf season, every time Collin comes onto the screen, the announcers have nothing but, oh, check out that swing. One of the most
his swing is so pure, so perfect, and he just hits his irons so pure. His misses, he gets mad about a miss off the right of the green. Like, he had a bad day on Saturday, but honestly, like, he's got to be top 5, top 10 ball strikers in the game, and it's incredible. I was watching, shout out PJ Tour where I used to work. I was watching one of their posts on Instagram, and it was like a bunch of his shots from the week, and I for some reason I didn't see the shot and I didn't remember it. I didn't remember what day it was from, but he was it was 232 out. He was in the fairway. He had the ball above his hand, so he had a weird lie. He had a 5-wood out, and he took a 5-wood from 232, a 5-wood, and got it to just stick like 5 feet from the pin. I'm like what?
How does that happen?
Like, I can't even get like a 4-iron to do that. Like, it's absurd. And it's like, people used to say that about Tiger's ball striking, and like, who knows? I mean, this might be too early, but like, he's got that kind of ability with his irons that other players don't. So, and JT's kind of a similar player. So that was really cool. And they, Morikawa posted on Instagram, and JT was commenting, and they were like, great battle, like, excited for next time.
Okay, cool. I think in my personal opinion, I think JT Justin Thomas is one of the best athletes that the game has. It's like he's so good, so consistent, but then he's such a good dude. Like
He's just an awesome dude.
he's super
The people
funny.
give him shit just because he like will complain and will try to get different
Fuck that, dude.
rulings and
I'm
shit. But
done.
he's
I'm
just
done
like
with
the he's
boring golfers. Give me some
exactly.
fire. Like give me some
Exactly.
fire.
I just remember back to I think it was at the President's Cup when JT or no I think it was after actually I covered this tournament the last year at the BMW when he won. They were like, you know, what's your outlook in the next few years? Like, what do you want to do? And he's like, I just want to be a killer and make people want to quit the game of golf. Like he wants to beat
Yeah,
people so bad. And
that
I think
answer.
Tiger said that a few like when he was younger too. It's just like you want to be so good that like you make people want to quit. Like you're beating them so bad. And yeah, I mean, JT was incredible on Saturday. Collin was, just as good on Sunday. And
Yeah.
I knew Collin's win was going to come soon, and it's crazy. And shout out Victor Hovland, also a young guy in that same class as Collin Morikawa. Steady all week. He was third or fourth. He was in the final pairing or the final group because they went in threes. And just like to give a little insight into this week, I think that since they're playing the same course 2 weeks in a row, I think he's a decent pick this week because they had to.
Wait. They're playing the same course?
Yeah. So what happened was they played the Memorial at Muirfield Village in Columbus. That's this week. And last week it was supposed to be the John Deere Classic, which got canceled. So they kind of like made an audible, and made up a tournament pretty much and got a sponsor. So the Workday Charity Open is a one-time thing. So they were like, we're just going to do 2 weeks at Muirfield. The first week will be this tournament. And then now Memorial this week, same course, but they're going to make it 50 times harder because Memorial's, one of the top tournaments a year. So, which will be interesting. Same course, but it's going to be, they're going to play faster. The pins are going to be tougher. There's going to be a lot more trouble. So,
but
I'm
definitely
for that because that's
advantage to the golfers that just were on it, even to some capacity, even if it's going to be a hard version. But if you understand the course right now, that's definitely an advantage. And
to do an incredible transition, if you understand that course, Tiger Woods coming back this week. He has won the Memorial 5 times. So I'm excited. He loves that course. The fans there love him. And of course, there's no fans this week, which sucks because I was going to go. And they were good. It was supposed to be the first tournament with fans back. And then last week they said no. So I already had tickets and a plan to go. And I'm very disappointed. But yeah.
So what made this tournament be the one that Tiger chose to come back? Was it always going to be that his first tournament after the restart?
No, he didn't decide until last week. He was taking a break, practicing at home and stuff. But like he first of all, he has so much success. He's won 5 times at Memorial. He loves the course. It's Jack Nicklaus's baby. It's his course. That's where Jack lives. Like that's his he lives in Florida too, and he has Bears Club in Florida, but like Muirfield is his baby. So it's like they always talk about the fact that like when you're coming off 18 when you win that tournament, Jack comes over off of the and congratulates you. He's the first person to talk to you off the course. So it's like it's a different atmosphere. I think he realizes the history behind it and the meaningfulness of having it be Jack's tournament. They call it Jack's Place. So.
Yep.
And his success there. So, and the PGA Championships in two weeks, I think now. What it would be August, first week of August, I think is PGA Championship. So he's got to get back out there, and this is a perfect time for him. And of course, he's won so many times. So
I would literally get so fired up if he were to win.
Don't even get me freaking started.
Bro,
I put $10 on him for the hell of it.
Nice. Yeah, I honestly might have to get my feet wet this week just to like root for Tiger coming back.
It's going to be great. And I don't think they've released the featured groups, but I really want like Tiger and Bryson and like JT in a group. Dude. Featured groups, Tiger, Rory, Brooks.
Wow.
That's sick. Phil, Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, Bryson, Morikawa, Cantlay, and Cantlay won there last year. Yep. DJ, JT, and Xander. Those are pretty dope groups. Tiger, Brooks, and Rory. I love it. Oh.
Wow.
Dude, just get me amped. Tiger could
Settle down.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited that Tiger's back. Like I would watch Tiger hit 200 balls into a simulator in his basement and get fired up. So like having him come back and playing real golf is even better.
From a common fan, I love having Tiger back because he makes golf appointment television again. Like if I'm that type of fan right now that if I catch myself channel surfing on the weekend, I'm going to watch it, but it's not necessarily like, oh, fuck, I got to get there, you know? So
I'll get you there. Don't worry.
Tiger.
That's where I'm at. I wake up at like 7 a.m. on Thursday to watch PGA Tour live. So
that's another level that I'm not at yet.
But yeah, I mean, this week's going to be exciting. I'll give you my picks real quick. Nothing really is out besides winners on my site. So I need this to update. It just has all my numbers from last week. Okay, there it is. So I picked my winners. I picked 6 different winners. I threw a little bit on some and then more on others. And I took Bryson, JT, Hovland, Morikawa, Answer, and Tiger. And Answer, Tiger were just, I threw like $10 on. So for the hell of it, I'm thinking of throwing something on Kisner. We'll see. But I think that like if there's a tournament that you have the chance to like go back to back at the most, it's this with Morikawa playing here last week. And I really think that that's not out of the question. And now Jenna's calling.
Very badass.
But what was I saying? I got sidetracked. I don't remember. But all I know is this. I'm excited for this week because this is like they have like tiers of tournaments. You have the majors, you have the playoff events, and then there's like the tour has like the players, the memorial. Like that's one of them. Like those are the higher tier regular tour events. So, it should be on a different kind of stage this week.
Huge. No, that's awesome. I think last but not least, before we sign off, we want to pick a winner for our giveaway. So
should have done this at the beginning. My bad.
I know, no worries. But no, I feel like we had great kind of, fan interaction with this post. So if you want to just give the background about what the whole thing was for anyone that maybe missed or forgot about it, but we had some good traction.
Yeah, so shout out to Always Up to Something clothing brand. My boy Steve is the guy behind the whole brand. So, we had that post a few weeks ago where we're doing a giveaway with them, trying to, get you guys to get interested in them, have their guys a little interested in us kind of thing. And, we got a lot of traction with that. So thanks to all you guys for commenting and entering. So what we're going to do is I'll go on Instagram and I'll go in the comments where people were submitting. I'll just randomly scroll, close my eyes and pick. So we'll get one winner here and, we're going to do stuff with them moving forward. So, this is just the first of many, but let's see.
So this is going to be, I'm going to do a drum roll here.
Hold on. I'm off the page. There we go. Should I close my eyes or should I just look over?
I don't know. I'm doing the drum roll.
All right, I'm closing my eyes. Conrad Zampier.
That's crazy. That's my buddy from college. He was my teammate at Clarkson. That's funny that you picked him. That he was hitting me up like 5 times ever since he actually kind of submitted his entry of like, dude, I need that shirt. I want that shirt. I need it. So that's much. He's gonna be stoked.
All right, perfect. We'll hit him up and have him give us his info. That's fucking dope.
I do have to say that's hilarious because he's my boy. But I have to say that the shirt that they sent me, Always Up to Something, the brand, it's such a soft shirt. I've worn it like 6 times already because after the first time of wearing it, it was like I actually want to wear it again.
Yeah, you have a few shirts where you're like, oh, that's comfy as shit. Like, I need to wear that.
And,
yeah.
It's cool.
And they got new stuff that they've been dropping. So they got some cool stuff. The one that we have is a little bit like more designed, but then there's some that are more, more basic colors with the logo and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check them out. And we'll,
if it's worth anything, I definitely vouch for it. It's a comfy shirt, looks cool, and Conrad, my boy, you're now getting a cool shirt and a cool little a gift from Always Up to Something. Like you said, we're going to be doing much more with them as we go on, especially given the traction that type of post,
Yep.
and that type of giveaway that we had. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, give them a follow on Instagram at _ always up to something, and give us a follow. Why not? At the same time, talking sports AZ.
Always, man. Well, yeah,
yeah.
dude,
I mean,
it was good getting back on the airways with you. You're blazing hot right now on your golf picks. So next week we got to run.
I do have to say I gave a few picks, but I really, 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 really like JT this week.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to leave it at.
All right, good.
I put the most money on him this week.
We're gonna have to kind of come back next week, see how you did. Also check in with the NBA and the MLS and other sports that are going on, seeing how they're doing, how they're gonna continue to kind of unroll their plans and how everything's faring. So we appreciate you guys for listening once again. It was good to be back on the airways with you. But until next week,